to infinity and beyond.
Hello everybody, it's Roger and James here from DisKingdom.com. So let's jump into some of the big news that literally broke the minute after we recorded last week. TD Games and Warner Brothers have announced a brand new Marvel Superheroes 2 video game will be coming out on November the 17th on PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC. It will also be released on the Nintendo Switch for Christmas. So maybe not day and day for that one there. We got a little teaser trailer for it featuring Groot and Doctor Strange, and the new trailer is going to be breaking on Tuesday this week. So we'll obviously be going into more detail on next week on that on there. But this one came pretty much out of nowhere. What was your initial impression for this one, James?
It's pretty good. Like, we didn't learn very much from the trailer, obviously, but the special effects they had going on were pretty cool. The graphics look good for a Legos game. It was nice that they referenced Guardians of the Galaxy 2's opening sequence. So, yeah, I mean, it's Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. It's what we were hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we were expecting Guardians of the Galaxy. That was so I think opening up to Lego Superheroes 2 is actually probably a good move from their point. They can keep Guardians for later. But yeah, it made sense. We knew they were working on something because the team's been very quiet for quite a while. So that was very much sense. But they then released kind of the box art, which featured Groot, Rocket Raccoon. You also had Spider-Man 2099, Spider-Gwen, Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, Gladiator Hulk, and then we've also got Captain America Cowboy version.
1822, I believe.
They've definitely gone a little bit off main strip for some of those characters on the front page there, haven't they?
They have, but it's probably not too surprising, and it suggests that we might be doing kind of a multiverse hopping kind of game where you're going to go jumping through time, jumping through different alternate realities, which could be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think... go ahead.
I was going to say, I think that makes a little bit of interesting with them. What I thought was very interesting was putting Spider-Man 2099 on that front cover as the main character, because that's pretty obscure. That's not going in for Spider-Man Homecoming. That's definitely taking it away from going, right, we want to get away from the Avengers. We're not doing the Avengers. We're not doing that. And I thought that was interesting that they did that.
It is very interesting. And for people who do follow Spider-Man 2099, it does suggest that this is going to be a time hopping, alternate reality hopping. Of course, we already talked about very briefly Captain America showing up as a Old West version of him. I assume we'll still also have regular Captain America, and we'll have, we might have future Captain America. Might have Captain America for 2099, who's a woman, Sharon Carter, and Steve Rogers' daughter, and stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean,
we'll see. We'll see with the trailer.
Yeah, I could easily see this game having 100+ playable characters. They're getting to the point now where they're putting all the characters we don't know too much about as mainstream, like the Runaways and all this kind of stuff. They're going to be DLC to kind of tie in with movies and cloak. They're going to have all those characters in there because they've got TV shows and stuff, and it's a good way of sending out these little characters to kind of get nodded. But in fact, you got Spider-Gwen on the front as well. I mean, they're definitely going a little bit more off the beaten track with this one rather than just going with that straight up Avengers.
Right, and they're definitely trying to do kind of a combination of, we're going to pander to the fans, so people who recognize Spider-Man 2099, people who recognize Spider-Gwen, but they're also obviously tying into what's going on in the movies. You got Guardians 2, you've got Planet Hulk, which will be in the Thor Ragnarok movie, which will be coming out at about the same time, and then Captain Marvel, who of course they're pushing as a huge character in the next wave of movies. So yeah, I mean, they're hitting all the bases. I think it's a nice detail, all the texturing that they did on Spider-Man 2099, because he's normally got a very detailed costume, a lot of ridges, a lot of texture to the costume. So, I mean, it's Lego, so they can only go so far, but it looks good.
No, I'm excited to see what they're going to be coming out. Great to know that's coming out in November. I think it's also a good idea that they kind of get out before E3. I think that was a good idea from their point of view as well. It also kind of, there's rumors of them working on a Ninjago video game as well. That pretty much looks like the entire, I think it was Arthur Parsons and a few other ones have been working on this game for a while. So this explains why they've all gone so quiet on Lego Dimensions.
Right, and there might have been a thing where they were kind of hoping to get the Marvel characters into Dimensions year 3 or something like that, but I think we all kind of assume that's kind of gone at this point.
Yeah.
What's interesting is this also, they seem to be taking the viewpoint that Lego Avengers, which we got a couple of years ago, is part of a completely different line, and so Lego Marvel Heroes and Lego Marvel Avengers are two different things, where Lego Marvel Avengers 2 might actually do story content from the movies, whereas this is going to continue their own story.
Yeah, I personally actually think for the Lego universe, I think the Superheroes 2, it ties more in, I think, better with their Lego series of toys, but also open it up, leave it far away from the TV shows and stuff. They can sort of cross over to it, but it opens up. They can kind of do what they want a little bit easier. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Plus, then of course they can do Avengers 2 when Infinity Wars and all that lot come out in a few years' time, and kind of redo that and kind of have almost two separate lines. But I'm good for this. It's nice to know we've got a new Lego game coming around Christmas time. It's good. Obviously, that November period's going to be a little bit busy because we're going to Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Super Mario Odyssey. That's going to be a busy couple of months.
And I mean, that's not even including all the other games that typically come out around November. They've got to compete with the Call of Duty franchise. I think we're getting an Assassin's Creed maybe this year, might be next year.
March, that's going to be March.
Okay, March. So they don't have to compete with that. But definitely Call of Duty. Destiny is coming out this year as well. So it's going to be pretty packed.
I mean, this game obviously is not going to maybe go after that same audience, but I think a November release, the month before Christmas. I'm surprised the Switch, this is Christmas, so it could be a couple of weeks later. Maybe there's a delay on it, but no, I think this is good. We'll know probably a lot more about this and in some ways they can kind of spread out that information, revealing characters and stuff all throughout the summer. And I think this is going to be good. I think this is nice to have a kids sort of based Marvel game coming, and also just something new from Lego, because I do enjoy playing through Lego story modes. I have enjoyed it for Avengers, Star Wars, etc. So this looks good.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot to like here. Like you mentioned, it is weird that the Switch version is coming later, because at least from my perspective, with the Switch version coming after this, it means I will definitely be picking it up for PC or one of the primary consoles rather than waiting for the Switch, which I would be doing even if we weren't doing this show, because I'd just be like, I'd want to play this. And if it wasn't for that, if it was coming out at the same time, I would probably get it for the Switch, because these are great games for that portable aspect, for being able to take it to work, take it, on the road or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I think that it will still do okay on the Switch, but I think that the Switch would be a very good console for this, and it's going to miss out on a lot of sales because it's not out at the same time.
Yeah. Unless literally that day, maybe we don't know, but maybe that is the same day that Mario comes out and they didn't want to go up against it.
That's true. I wouldn't want to go up against Mario Odyssey or Fire Emblem or something like that on the Nintendo side. That's true, but we don't know. And it might also be that it comes out like 5 days later. Yeah. I mean, it's not likely.
17th of November, could be 2 weeks later. But looks good. It's definitely going to be a game we're going to be talking a lot about over the coming months and pretty much the rest of the year. And I expect there'll be DLC packs keeping us running into 2018. So great to know we've got another big new game coming and more Lego. It's literally just good news all the way around on that one.
I think it's really good news, and let's assume for the sake of ease that Dimensions is functionally dead after Wave 9 here. This is great because this looks like this is them returning to what they're good at.
Yeah.
Well, that too, certainly.
And a lot less money.
A lot less money. That's one of the good things about being a fan of Lego gaming is they tend to come down in price very quickly too. So I expect, even though it's coming out a month before Christmas, over a month before Christmas, if you don't buy it the week it comes out, you will almost certainly be able to get it at a decent price by the time Christmas rolls around, or at least very early into next year.
Yeah, no, this one's going to be a good one. So hopefully we shall learn a little bit more this week with the new trailer coming out, and we'll discuss that next week. But yeah, we'll be discussing this one a lot. So let us know in the comments below what you guys think of Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 being announced, and we shall see you guys in another episode. You can get in touch with us over at DisKingdom.com. You can find James somewhere on the internet if he's hiding somewhere. I think at the minute you can find him inside the Res Discord, but it depends on where he is that week.
Yeah, you can still find me at heroiclegacy.com. I just haven't updated it in a little while.
No.
It should be updating soon.
Okay, that's cool. On that note, guys, thank you very much for watching. See you guys soon. Later.